What happened to the all-American girl? Wrecked on videotape. What happened to the all-American girl? In anger, she left this world. Actions always eclipse words. Could no one feel her? Like a car crash, and I slowly passed by on the interstate. Her life was fading slowly on the video. The darling like the drive so fast, as if she wanted to take a flight. Perkin automatic, cold hurricane. Took it on life. Effect on video tape. Oh, back on the key. Effect on video tape. It looks like we made it to the game. To that all-American girl, and anger is she left this world. Actions always eclipse the word, and no one could feel her. What happened to that all-American girl? And anger she left this world. Car crashing past on interstate. What is there about industry? They're afraid to even feel they have. What's to say about industry? And that praise and human frailty. Show us what we need. And show us the feeling melting the blood that you need. Even a poppy mosquito thing doesn't know much at all. Doesn't give you anything. But video tape. Just about a tantamount to wreck on video tape. It's tantamount to that fade. And anger, she left this world. The all-American girls. And anger, she left this world. And I can't find that girl. Popping mosquito sting. It doesn't numb, it doesn't pain. Material things that numb the pain. Material things brain. And anger, she left this world. You could say that she was a girl. And darling, like the drive so fast. If she want to take flight, purchase an automatic cold hard cash. Go through the gate to good life. Say about industry, yeah, the praise upon human frailty. That poppy mosquito sting doesn't numb it at all, doesn't bring you anything. Perfect on video on videotape. Could say it's all about to fade. They could say it's not tandem, not your rip. Know that you're really gonna fade. It's not fake. Don't know your place. Feel, even feel the fade. What happened to all American girl? And anger shit left this world. Like a car crash, slowly pass by an interstate, and always too late.
This is Fam Electric Ghosts. This is episode 131. That All American Girl is Gone, Dark Ghost Volume 3. So, we've been working steadily on the Teenage Engineering OPZ, which we got about 3 weeks ago. It's driven us to write a lot of new material, which is going on the third Dark Ghost album for 2019, called The Flower That Blooms at Midnight in the Tomb. And we went and re-recorded a wreck on videotape, which we're calling a wrecked on videotape. It is from the last episode, we had the poem from the collection of poetry we did in 1995 called Cancer. And it was about an adult film star, this particular song or poem, named Savannah, who was a girlfriend of Greg Allman. And she killed herself after a car accident, and we ended up writing this whole song about it. Now, the other version of the song had some Moog and analog synth from Arturia. It had a DFAM from Moog and a Mother 32 in the mix, being real-time performance mixed on a Roland MX1 mixer. But we found that the levels of the analog synth tracks were a little too high. So we went and re-recorded it and dropped that down and just changed the mastering profile on our R24 Zoom and remastered it on Landar. So we just redid all that. And now we have this version, which we think is the superior version. And this is the version that will actually go on the record. In addition, this is Dark Ghost Volume 3. People say, where's Volume 2? Well, Volume 2 is another record on Digger's factory vinyl that we're holding off doing until we see the response on Volume 1. Again, Volume 1 is out there right now for pre-order on Digger's Factory Records. There's a promo and there are links on my profile. The other song we did is called In the Den of Sin, which is a brand new track. And we had actually made 2 versions of it, and we re-recorded it. We initially had used a different microphone, went back to our studio electronics microphone, and this one we're actually using the VT4. Again, we found some ways to reduce the noise on it. We had to change some of our wiring in our workflow. And when we did that, we seemed to have gotten a better response. We're also changing how we're mastering or recording on the Zoom R24. We changed the profile, and we were using a different SD card, which I don't know, for some reason is less noisy. So we have to check into whether or not there's a difference on the SD cards in terms of the noise reduction. But we found there was a significant noise reduction, and we're trying to figure out what happened. But that's all water under the bridge. But again, in the Den of Sin, Josephine is in her sadomasochist dominatrix dungeon, talking about, don't know, where and when or who's going to put it in, and very sexual, very risque. And she's just, again, going into her fantasy romps that she tends to talk about a lot. And yeah, we're very sex focused. We're very open about that. And Josephine is the lead singer of the band. She has this dominatrix vibe. And we've had that from the beginning, because I think I talked about, like, when we first came up with the Josephine electric voice, which we found on the JDXI Roland synth using the vocoder that's native to that instrument. We were playing with the soprano setting, and my voice is kind of deep male voice, and then we ran the soprano setting on it. We got Josephine, and from that day that we found her, we found that voice. We decided to create a character to go with the tone of the voice. And, over the last 3 years, we've developed her character into this really avant-garde dominatrix that, is inspired by, Lou Reed and the Velvet Underground, like Eurythmics, Bowie. It's got a lot of different aspects, but we have been very interested in it. Sometimes, Josephine, when I get into character, I kind of do it like a method actor. I get into the character. I feel kind of her in the ether, and I just let her speak through me. And, it's a part of me. It's part of my feminine side of myself. And it's rather odd, but I just go with it. I don't think about it. I just let her speak for what she's feeling. And she tends to be a very romantic, sexual person. And she also is a very vindictive person. And so she takes out any of my frustrations in my life. I have her act out in her character. And so it's been a good catharsis for running through all kinds of things in life. And we've had a great response because, initially when we were Phantom Electric Ghost, before we were the Ghost, we were just on SoundCloud under my normal name. And we had maybe 1,800 fans. Now we have over 81,000 listens just on SoundCloud. We have over 42,000 on Fanburst. We got 5,000 Facebook listeners, and we're over 5,300 listeners on Anchor. And we've been interviewing indie artists around the world, from Kendra Black to Kendra Erica. So we've been able to do pretty well since we used this voice. So we've had some feedback from some folks saying, they don't like Josephine, but the numbers kind of speak for themselves. Before Josephine, 1,800. After Josephine, almost 120,000. So for anyone that doesn't like it, it doesn't really matter, because that's where we're going. We do try to use the Phantom voice, and we do have Stephanie Ann Windover, who is Josephine's sister. We do use that voice as well. So, it's, what it is. And we're just happy with what we're doing on all this this music. It just comes out of us. We never had a problem. We were reading about how people need different techniques to kind of come up with new songs. We feel that using hardware synths like the OPZ, the Mode Mother 32, and DFAMs, and Arturia Mini Brute 2Ss, plus Euroracks like Make Noise modules, like the Math module and the Morphology module. These type of instruments kind of speak to you and provide you with the inspiration. Because once you learn subtractive synthesis, once you learn additive synthesis techniques, and you approach an analog synth, it's going to give you different rhythms and patterns. And now with the OPZ, it just is so easy and so portable to come up with rhythms and ideas that you can just generate a lot of cool concepts very quickly if you're a musician. And so if you've got a musician sensibility and you're adventurous and you've got a lot of ideas, you can use these instruments to give you a lot of inspiration, because it's not like you have to get a new preset. You create your presets. And so by creating these sounds, you're consistently out there, able to redefine yourself all the time. And, in some cases, with this gear, you don't have to buy a new synth. I mean, the OPZ is new, but our Mother 32 and DFAM, we've been rediscovering what they can do every day. In Arturia Mini Brute 2S, its sequencer is so advanced. We haven't even, gotten to under the surface of everything that thing can do. We've just been playing with the pitch and, the gate. And we haven't dived into all the other things you can do with it. We played with it a little bit one time. We were playing with some of the alternative routing you can do on the thing, but there's a lot of capability. One thing that we're kind of concerned about is we're big fans of Prophet, but we heard that their last update for the Prophet X kind of bricked the synths. and hopefully they're not going to do what they did with the Tempest when they had an update. It kind of bricked it, and that's a bad sign. We're hoping that doesn't become something that is kind of known. Like the one thing we've seen, like, Japanese synthesizers from Yamaha, Roland, Korg, never seem to have that kind of problem. And in the history of synthesizers like the Moog, when you get back to the memory Moog, it had a lot of problems. And it kind of goes back to, the American quality control from American synthesizer manufacturers. Is it up to par if you're going to do a release that bricks like a $4,000 instrument? So that's kind of a concern. We were very excited about the Prophet X, but if it's bricking from an update, they need to really quality check that and be supportive to their owners and make sure that they treat their owners right. If they brick a machine, they should allow the people to get a refund, or they should fix it in some way. Just fix it. So we're kind of concerned about that because we were big fans of that synth. Might make us make another decision on whether or not a System 8 or a System 500 is a better investment because of the quality and just the ability of those synths to be more stable. Totally different type of synths, not even in the same ballpark. But if you're going to spend money on a material that you want, a machine that's not going to crap out on you. And I've had a Juno GI since 2008, and it's super stable. I have a JDXI, super stable. I have System 1M, MX Mixer, MX1 Mixer, a lot of rolling gear, and it's like very stable. Maybe it's not heavy build, but what does it matter if you got a 50-pound machine if it bricks? So on the soapbox there, just letting people know, I'm a big fan of Prophet. I love the Prophet 5. Been interested in Prophet machines for a long time, but hearing this is and about the Tempest, which I wasn't aware of, is concerning. And so I hope that they increase their quality, because that makes me wonder if I should actually go and get one, which I was really leaning toward the Prophet X because of its capabilities. Now maybe looking at the Waldorf Quantum, and looking at just a Moog grandmother, or even going back and getting a System 8 because of its capabilities to become other synths. And then if I'm going to get in the modular area, that the System 500 sets, the 2 sets that they put out, are phenomenal. And given the kind of synthesis I do, probably a System 500 would be very, very useful. And a System 8 would be too. So, and Roland Axe Edge, we've looked at that. So just a laundry list of things. We are going to be continuing our series of interviews. We've got a bunch of interviews lined up for this month already, enough to actually start scheduling for February. And again, Dark Ghost Volume 1 is out there on Digger's Factory Records. Dark Ghost Volume 3, The Flower That Blooms at Midnight in the Tomb, will be available on TuneCore shortly. And we hope to talk to you and other people in the future about music, and keep on writing music if you're an artist. And get in touch with us if you want an interview, because we're consistently interviewing artists, and we'd love to talk to you.
We
This is Van Like the Ghost, and we're pushing our brand new record, Dark Ghost Volume 1, which is going to be on Diggers Factory Records. And so if you go to https://www.diggersfactory.com/vinyl/226598, you can get our brand new album on pre-order. Comes out in April. We have 196 copies out of 200 left. It's $24 plus shipping and handling. It's a 2 vinyl album. It is our statement on electronica, experimental music, and progressive trance. It is mastered for vinyl, and it's our first vinyl record. It's part of the Dark Ghost series of records. So again, it's www.diggersfactory, that's DIGGERS factory, all one word, .com/vinyl/226598. And we'd appreciate your order, and we'll be very happy that you're checking out our music, and we'll be very supportive of you as a fan, because we'll give you some cool goodies if you sign up. So please check it out. It's www.diggersfactory.com/vinyl/226598. Thank you.